Good day, everyone. This is Vijetha Shastry here, Associate Director of Dexter Capital. And today we continue with this incredible series, the Syrow Spotlight series, where we bring in leaders from some of the finest companies in India. Today we have a very interesting conversation with Abhishek, who's the Senior Vice President of Enkash. So we are going to be talking about him, what does Enkash do, the journey, and of course the kind of way that the world in India, the way the world is changing, and the way that customers are looking at Enkash and the various industries out here. So Abhishek, thank you so much for taking time out to join us. I am definitely looking forward to understanding more from you and learning from you. So thank you so much for joining us, Abhishek.
Thanks, Vijetha. It is my pleasure and my honor to be here with you and exchanging some thoughts around the industry and bringing the value prop of Enkash more strongly to our customers.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Abhishek. So let us kickstart it by asking something a little personal. We would love you to share with our audience, Abhishek, about your wonderful career journey and what really keeps you motivated to turn up every day fully charged with all the stress, with all the challenges that you face. How do you manage it? We want to hear from you. Over to you, Abhishek.
So, which is a brief about my journey. I've spent a couple of years in consulting and then moved on to the fintech industry. What keeps me charged is the ability to solve new problems for my clients, in the industry, work on innovative solutions, and be around with wonderful colleagues, whether it was in my consulting days or here at Enkash. These are three things I love, and these three define my career journey. So in consulting, I got a lot of opportunities to work with banks, NBFCs, larger financial institutions, on various consulting engagements. And in fintech, of course, we are at the forefront of innovation when it comes to financial services industry. Enkash per se, is a very exciting journey for me. It recently started. We are doing a lot of work around cards and platform for medium enterprises as well as for large enterprises, bringing state-of-the-art solutions to them. So these three things are essentially what excites me and keeps me going.
Fantastic. That's really nice. And I just wish that you keep this rocking personality of yours going and do so many wonderful things. So the next thing that I want to ask you, Abhishek, Enkash has got some really incredible and very unique offerings. And I was doing a lot of research work about the amazing roster of companies that you've onboarded. Yeah. And as the leader, you're the Senior Vice President of Enkash Corporate Cards. You're responsible for growth. You're responsible for strong customer service. So how do you do this? How does your team manage it? What is the typical day look for you? Over to you.
Yeah, so Vijetha, we, of course, as we keep on focusing on new products, new innovation, as and when we hear from the market, that is one area where we keep on working on. But typical day on sales and customer service, we aspire to have a very clear GTM, a very clear go-to-market, which are our customer, which are our target segments, what do they need, what should our sales pitch be, how should our platforms and card offering come to their use case, how should they fulfill various use cases our customers have. So our GTM and go-to-market is very clear. That helps us in bringing focus to the table and week on week drive more customer acquisition, and that is something our customers also aspire, right? If you go to the right customer, talk in their language, if they are able to feel comfortable that guys in Enkash understand their pinpoint, then that also trigger a lot of customer conversions. So that is something which we bring to a table, a very clear cut GTM and a very strong product offering matching our clients' requirement. Customer service is paramount for us, right? In B2B business, retention of customer is far more valuable than acquiring new customers. Unlike in B2C, I'm not saying it's not valuable there, but there are only limited companies out there, right? So you need to acquire them, you need to keep them happy, you need to service them very well. Otherwise, customers start losing trust, or maybe even the value they think that they're deriving from your offerings, that also the perception decreases over time. So we have a dedicated team to manage customer service. We have recently created a platinum kind of a team for some marquee customers. So we are leaving no stone unturned in investing heavily into our customer service, more than perhaps what we are kind of investing in new customer acquisition. Over to you, Vijetha.
Fantastic, Abhishek. So, in this very competitive landscape that is there in digital payments in India, what are your USPs and how do you stay ahead of the peers? How do you make sure that your customer stickiness? And I would really like to understand that. Over to you.
Yeah, so I think our main USP is that we have a card suite which is quite comprehensive. So not just a credit card, we offer preloaded card and other use cases, use case based cards. But we also have a platform, which is our USP, and our platform can be used more like a DIY platform by all corporates, whether it's a large corporate, whether it's an emerging mid corporate, to, let's say, issue new cards to their customers, or to make vendor payments, to make to collect from their own customers. So it's a complete finance suite for a CFO, whether you are a large corporate, or whether it's you are a small business, or you are a mid corporate, or you are a digital savvy startup or just started their operations. So that's our USP. We not just offer card, there is a end-to-end comprehensive finance suite which can take all burden off from a typically a CFO desk, automate a lot of those responsibilities. To just give an example, if you were to collect from, let's say, 100 of your customers, you would typically go one by one, have a field force engaged, collect from each of them different amounts. There'll be recon issues around that. So that's our traditional way to collect in the market, right? Any distributor would collect like that. We offer a solution where a CFO or person responsible for collections can send PG links to all customers with their customized dues, and the customers can pay using those links. The money will come into a virtual account and will be automatically set off in the dues of the books. So, like, a lot of these things have been automated, and practically almost all payables, all collections, everything can be done from our platform. So that's our USP, which is going beyond card and helping our customers automate a lot of work streams of their finance and procurement teams. Over to you.
Excellent, Abhishek. This is really nicely done. So now, if we have to kind of really deep dive, immerse ourselves into the life of sales. Sales is not easy. Yeah. It is very tough. Yeah. Exactly. And you have to maintain your brand image, especially in today's world where anything can go wrong.
Yeah.
So what are the special things that you and your team focus on? And as the leader, what are the things that keep coming to your plate and how do you tackle it? We would love to hear from you, Abhishek. Over to you.
Yeah, so you rightly said it, right? Sales is difficult, and more so in B2B world. You need to come over time. You need to always invest in your capabilities, innovate, and yet have a dedicated sales team who can kind of understand your customers' requirement, be in their shoes, pass on that feedback back to the product team so that they can kind of improve the product. So, having said that, we have a wonderful sales team in house. And we work across channels. So we not just focus on direct sales. We have our digital marketing enabled channel. We have a very big partnership channel. So we collaborate with partners like Syrow, with other wonderful marketplaces, other B2B ecosystems, and we create dedicated solutions for those ecosystems, customized solutions for those ecosystems, which can help us also acquire within those customers, within those ecosystems. So our sales strategy is not just knocking on a door and trying to sell one product, going door to door, but we work in a omni-channel way, whether it's direct sales, whether it's partnerships, whether it's anchor-led programs, whether it's providing our white label solutions to large banks. So that's how typically we think of sales. And you have to go via partnership mode if you were to expand your sales horizons very quickly, especially in B2B world, right? So customers who are associated with Syrow, they love their capability. And if I could customize some solution for them at a strong price points, I can acquire hundreds of customers in one go via Syrow, right? So that's how we think of sales. We also, as I said, invest heavily in portfolio engagement or engagement with the clients whom we have acquired. and they also give us referrals. They also, of course, rightfully, when they are impressed themselves, they also give access to their vendors and other players in their ecosystems to us. So we keep the momentum on customer service and portfolio engagement also very high, along with sales. So omni-channel sales strategy plus a very strong customer service and portfolio engagement strategy helps us win in the market with a focus on partnership.
Really well done, Abhishek. The way you brought everything together about partnerships, customer focus, a win-win situation, and of course, kudos to the Syrow team as well. Abhishek, now what we would really like to understand from you is that Fintech, it's been in the news in the last few years, so many innovations in India and globally. Now,
Yeah.
as someone who has been doing so much of work in this space, we would
Yeah.
love your perspectives. Where is it going towards? What if you have to crystal gaze, say, not too long away, maybe a year or two?
Yeah.
What are the changes that you see? What are the trends that you see? Over to you, Abhishek.
Yeah, so I essentially see fintech as an industry and fintech companies evolving into two cohorts essentially. So cohort one would be innovators who would create white space of their own, which were not existent, new revenue pools. For example, there are companies going after target segments which are not essentially or not traditionally being tapped by existing incumbent players. We ourselves go to a lot of small and medium enterprises who have never got access to a corporate card, for instance. And the platform, solution which we have created, that solution was always traditionally accessed by large corporates of the world, Fortune 500 companies. We are bringing that state of art solution to small and medium enterprises, to startups, with almost the same functionalities and even better. For example, issuing a additional card. If you are, employee of Syrow and you're traveling, the CFO wants to issue you a card. The traditional process of that is you would go to your bank RM, tell that person that we need to, issue one more card. The person will again do a KYC of the company of you, and then it will take a couple of days to issue that card. With us, it could be issued in a few seconds, right? The CFO could just put in your name, put in your KYC, and the digital card can be issued in a few seconds. So we are revolutionizing the way and also attacking that target segment which was untapped. So that's creating a new white space. And many of our colleagues, many of our wonderful partner companies are doing the same, creating new white spaces which were never existent. Either by attacking a target segment or by creating new products altogether. So that's the cohort one, to my view. The cohort two would be the enablers, who would enable traditional companies and even fintech companies do more in an efficient way. Whether it's a customer service, customer service has been going on for long, right? But Syrow has created an innovative model of customer service, right? So small companies can also now enable a very strong, very powerful customer service to their employees. Similarly, particularly in fintech industry, there are companies who are creating API solutions for other, large lenders or new companies who want to, provide financial solutions to your clients. We have also recently launched our open API suite for companies who want to launch their own cards. So while these are not our cards, but we are happy to leverage our expertise, our program management, and our API capabilities to enable them to launch their own card. So that would be the second cohort, companies and people who want to be enabler in the larger ecosystem. And I think both will thrive. The innovators will become very large. That's my personal view. They would become as large as some of the traditional incumbents because they have found new revenue pools. Some of them might also get acquired in that while moving in that direction by traditional incumbents. But yes, there'll be a lot of enablers. End-to-end processes and financial service system need innovation and are, literally calling out, crying for more innovation. Whether it's how do you do KYC, how do you do underwriting, and they'll be enabling environments across those ecosystems. So that's my view. Those two cohorts will continue to grow. Whether it's an innovation-driven cohort, which is targeting new segments, or whether it's people who are bringing efficiency in the ecosystem.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Abhishek, you mentioned about a team that you have a great team and they can really work hard. They're putting in a lot of smartness into the technology and everything that they're doing. But as a senior leader who's looked upon, you're a mentor to a lot of these people, right? What are the things that come up and how do you make sure that you handle situations? Because this is very, very important. Our audience will also be a lot of entrepreneurs and senior leaders who are going to face the same kind of situations that you do. So how do you manage this? How do you stay calm? How do you make sure that the customer disruption or business continuity continues without any hassles? Would you like to throw some light on that, please? Thank you.
Yeah. So, I have wonderful set of people I work with, both my peers, my team members, my founders, my seniors, everybody in the firm, and in my previous avatars as well. So I've been very fortunate to get a very strong team whom I could myself learn from, especially early in my career when I worked with leaders in consulting. I think my go-to mantra is very people focused. So I try to understand strengths and improvement areas, so to say, of people who are in my team. And my go-to strategy is that they get to work on things which they are strong on, and add a lot of value to the company. And in that mix, I let them take their own decisions. Empower them on their day-to-day jobs. Of course, keeping a bird's eye view of what are our deliverables, what we intend to achieve this quarter, this fiscal, and monitoring that slightly closely. But as far as operations are concerned, their conversation with clients are concerned, I kind of give everybody, try and give everybody a free hand until they need my advice. So it's a very people focused strategy, and that's how everybody at Enkash works. Everybody has their own portfolio. They can do new things. They can innovate. If they hear something from competition, something from the market, if they see a lot of opportunities, they can kind of present that idea to the product team, to our founders, and we can kind of innovate around that. So it's a very people-based strategy, and you would appreciate how important retention and empowerment has become of late in the COVID strategy. Also, that we are working virtually. So, we heavily focus on people. They are our only assets apart from the IP we have, and that's how we go about it. And yes, as far as remaining calm and kind of making sure our deliverables are getting ticked off, we try to be very focused, right? So we have a space for what are our committed deliverables, and then we have a space for innovation and new experiments, new pilots, etc. We never let new pilots disrupt what is committed on business, and both goes hand in hand, right? So whether it's what delivering on our sales target and also experimenting with new products, we have enough and more to experiment, enough and more to do. Everybody appreciates that, and we have full flexibility to do so. But in my view, we don't let that disrupt our business continuity or our regular sales acquisition or customer service KPIs. So we keep them aside, and at the start of the month, at start of every quarter, we keep we try and focus on what needs to be delivered, and we keep them minimum, right? So less is more, so not more than 3 or 4 things for every quarter, and keeping some space for innovation as well, quarter on quarter. So that's how we kind of approach our monthly KPIs, our regular KPIs, and as well as managing people. It's a very people-focused strategy. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Abhishek. I think you really beautifully captured everything. So if we have to ask you, and to say this in say 15 seconds or something like that, okay? You talked about partnerships, you talked about a people focus, you talked about your USPs and innovations which keep you ahead of the competition.
Yeah.
So what do you make? How do you look at the threats or a SWOT analysis? Is there something that you do on a regular basis, brainstorm together as a team?
Vis-a-vis, our company and our...
Yes, exactly. Your company, where is it stand? Government policies are there. What is the peers doing? What is your competition doing? What are global players doing? So how does it work for you?
So, we have a clear strategy on our target segment, which I talked about. What is our go-to-market? We don't revisit that, on a monthly basis. Of course, annually we take a call, and if we see more segments opening up, we do definitely kind of approach them. And our target segment is a very comprehensive one. Within card and payments, we want to tap as much market share as we can in the B2B payment space, whether it's credit driven, whether it's, a specific use case of preloaded card or anything. Um, on an ongoing basis, we do keep a track of what is happening around the competition and around regulatory developments and specifically government interventions, which are throwing, more often than not, they throw open new opportunities for us. So instead of we getting disrupted, we take those opportunities, take those interventions to kind of better our product, launch new product, and make good of those opportunities for our customers. So that's how we kind of take a view of everything around competition on a quarterly basis. Of course, government interventions and regulatory interventions come when they have to come, and we take a good view of it. We try and make a good use case of that. But we try and focus to be very true for our target segment, which is essentially a large corporate who want to solve for their payment, various payment solutions, a mid corporate aspiring to grow faster, and especially the emerging mid corporate and the digitally savvy startups. Today, a digitally savvy startup would want same service as maybe a one of the Fortune 100 companies would want, and we try to deliver them the same services, even at a better price point. So once you know the target segment, I think you need not worry on a month on month what your competition is doing. And there's a lot of opportunities to grow, right? There's a lot of opportunities to become 10x within this segment. Of course, government interventions are taken care of as they come.
Lovely, Abhishek. You have really the confidence, the candor, and the deep insights that you have shared are going to be very, very useful to our audience. So as we wind down this conversation, and it's been very, very interesting, we should know a little bit of Abhishek, the person, and of course your family, your hobbies, and as a professional, what do you look at? What are the books you read? Who are your mentors? How do you make sure that you stay ahead of the curve? We want to know about that, Abhishek. Over to you.
Yeah. So thanks for sharing that. And obviously, personal life has a lot of bearings on how you perform professionally. It can be a great enabler. So I have my family to thank for that. My wonderful parents and my wonderful wife. We often discuss things at home. What is, if something is bothering us, if there are new opportunities we are looking at. And likewise, all professionals, we come from a professional background, so all of us have a habit to kind of discuss these things at home, and that also instills a lot of confidence, at least to me. Those advice, because they know us much better than our maybe even colleagues know us, so they can guide us more personally. So from an opportunity standpoint, I get a lot of insights from my family members, and as well as spending time with them kind of help de-stress over the weekends or over small vacations. So I try and take more time, one holiday, small holiday every quarter, and like that. So that essentially keeps me going, and as you rightly said, that has a very huge impact on how you perform professionally. Blessed to have support structure around, and as well as, yeah, and there are some wonderful mentors as well from professional world. So whether it's our current founders, Hemant, Naveen, Yadvinder, some of the previous senior colleagues I've worked with in consulting, I've learned a lot from them, because consulting always gives you a bird's eye view of various problems in the ecosystem. I continue to stay in touch with all my previous colleagues and try to catch up with them once in a month or once in a quarter. That also helps drive a lot of focus and bring a lot of opportunities to the table.
Lovely, lovely, Abhishek. So you're talking about family, the work-life balance and harmony, staying in touch, and using all your previous experiences and all the mentors that you have. I think this is fantastic. I think it's going to be very, very, very useful for our audience. Really appreciate this, Abhishek. You have given us your very heartfelt and candid thoughts. And I have enjoyed this conversation also with you. Thank you so much for taking the time to join us for the Syrow Spotlight series.
So likewise, Vijetha, I think it has been a great few minutes of sharing about my story, and I hope this will be of use and would help our customers together, I would also be happy to engage with Syrow's customers or anybody in the ecosystem. Feel free to ping me. Would love to kind of engage with all of you. Thank you so much for the opportunity.
Thank you so much, Abhishek, and wishing you all the very best, and of course to the entire Enkash team. More power to you. Keep growing, and all the very best. Thank you so much, Abhishek.
Likewise, thanks from everybody from Enkash family for this opportunity.
Thank you. And this is Vijetha also signing off. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.
Thank you.